Oh, my mic's all the way over here.
What? Live!
Right,
It's an emergency live stream from Las Vegas, Nevada! I need to get my head examined.
You're turning red.
That took a lot of energy.
That took a lot of energy.
Yeah,
That's all.
but I am getting red. I mean, how's my color?
The color looks good.
Yeah.
So we are doing a Wednesday night emergency.
It is. It is.
Honestly, let's just jump right into it.
Yeah, I mean, because this is, you look at the statistics and stuff, and you say to yourself, how the hell is this sustainable?
All right, there it is on the screen. Want to run us through it, Pops? Records.
Truly record-setting weeks, ladies and gentlemen. The car segment for wholesale used car prices that dealers or buyers are paying at the auctions in the car segment only went up 1.99% from the previous week. And the previous week it had gone up 1.58%.
And then did you see the newer used vehicles? It actually was 2%.
2%, yes. It's just, I mean, you look at this and you look at these numbers and you say to yourself, how is this possibly sustainable?
Yeah.
Because every time
You keep talking, I'm going to change the camera angle.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because every time we look at the numbers, the dealers are basically, or whoever the winning bidder is at the auctions, is basically paying retail to be able to buy the car. And then, what do you do with it once you've owned it for retail? When you have to then transport it to your dealership, you have to recondition it if it needs some reconditioning, and more than likely it does, because that's why it's at the auction. How much more can you charge for it other than to hope that somebody buys it and that you have an opportunity in the finance department to be able to make some money? But, a lot of dealers can't even buy any of these cars. They're mostly going to your big players like Carvana and CarMax and Vroom, and those players are freezing out your local mom and pop dealerships and your local dealerships because the prices are just so high.
I actually had an email come through. I'll try and pull it up. It was from someone who does auto transport.
Yeah.
And he was talking to a Hyundai GM.
Yes.
Who said to this guy who's doing the transport, they had 26 vehicles on their lot or in delivery or something like that, and usually it's 100.
Wow.
And he's like, yeah, we got 26.
Cool.
I mean, let that sink in.
Yeah, so
it's real.
How is that sustainable? So if he's got 26, well, then I guess he's got to make every one of those cars count when he sells them, so that, what's the likelihood of him discounting to any great degree on any of those cars if he can't replace them?
Yeah, here you go. I'll pull it up on the screen. And
okay.
I'm going to flip the camera thing back over, but there you go. I mean, read that, Pops. That's crazy.
Hi, Zach. I work as a DX or dealer trade driver for a large multi-brand dealership in Wilkesboro, PA. I was talking to a Hyundai sales manager yesterday, and he said he was only allocated 28 vehicles instead of the normal 100 vehicles for the next allocation. Okay, he's getting 28% of what he normally gets. Now I'm not assuming that he sells 100% of his allocation. But let's assume that he sells 60% of his allocation. So he would expect to sell 60 new cars this month. He's got 26.
Do you have any times from your history in the dealership that are even eerily similar to this?
Just when in the early 80s, when the Congress passed quotas as to how many cars could be brought in from Japan, how many cars your Asian manufacturers could export to the United States.
Yeah.
And those numbers were exceedingly low. So what happened is it put all the dealerships in a position where they were just getting a fraction of what they would normally get. Smart dealers found ways to circumvent it and buy cars Like we were a Nissan dealership, so we bought cars from a Nissan distributor in Guam. Okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. So that we had cars that were originally intended for Guam, some of which were in colors that were not available in the United States.
Wow.
Until we imported them.
And you were selling these cars in New Jersey.
I was selling these cars outside of Atlantic City in Pleasantville, yes.
Wow. And to get around the regulation, you were buying cars from Guam.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
the only eerily similar time.
Yes. You know, when your factory rep says to you, don't take any more deposits on the base Sentra, there aren't going to be any more. And you know, you really might want to consider getting more heavily involved in the used car business, because we're not going to have a lot of new cars to sell you on a monthly basis moving forward for a while. Yeah, it kind of it puts a crimp in your style.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Wow, absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Melissa mentioned in the chat that she withdrew her factory order from the dealership.
How come?
I don't know. So we're going to have to open up the phone lines. We'll open them up soon so we can actually start helping with car deals and whatnot. But just if you're joining us, absolute craziness in the market.
Yeah.
Record highs for wholesale used car price changes week over week.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and I believe, just looking at that, and
Thank you, Carlos.
Carlos, thank you so much. That was unnecessary, but certainly welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
If you look at the chart, and the blue line is cars, okay, that's now at a higher wholesale pricing than it was at the high point back in May.
Well, you got to remember, this does reflect week over week change. So it's the biggest change we've ever seen week over week. And that was right at the onset of like, okay, COVID's opening things back up.
Yes, and dealers were allowed to open up again. Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, and but even the truck market was hit. You scroll down and show trucks if you'd be so kind. Subcompact crossovers went up 2.64% week over week. 2.64%.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. So what do you think, actually, Dad? Let's give our 2 cents, our take on the Carvanas of the world. Are they going to continue to prop up prices, continue to drive prices up, or do you think when do you think it's going to reverse course? What's your best guess?
Well,
because 2.5% vehicle appreciation week over week is not healthy and cannot continue.
Well,
in perpetuity,
it's not healthy and it's not sustainable. Now, how long can it last? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't think it could last much longer. The only thing that I can figure is that players like Carvana and CarMax are just figuring, hey, we're going to buy everything, and the hell with everybody else. And when they don't have cars, we're going to have cars, and we can charge whatever we want for them. And since we're non-negotiating stores, people are just going to pay what we ask for them. So how long can that go on? I don't know, till they try and drive the local dealers out of the used car business.
You know what's interesting is back on automotive news. Let me share my screen real quick.
Yes.
We have the lead story, U.S. Senate readying legislation on semiconductors, Biden says. So it's like you actually have...
So what is that? What does that mean?
It means nothing, right?
Okay,
like,
you can pass a law that says, oh my God, we
need more chips.
We need more semiconductors and more chips. Okay.
What's that going to do?
Everybody understands we need more. You can't just snap your fingers and all of a sudden a new manufacturing facility is built that's spitting out a couple million chips a day. It doesn't work like that. It takes time to build the facility. Yeah. So I don't know what. I'm so glad that the U.S. Senate is readying legislation to tell chip manufacturers to make more chips, like they don't already know it, because it's costing them money by being short of chips.
Yeah, it's absolutely
insane. Why would they be interested in figuring out how to make more stuff? Some of the stuff that we see is just, I guess it's theater.
I guess a little bit.
Yeah.
If you're in the market, though,
yes,
the practical implication for this is reset expectations for what your discount you're going to get. And if you have a trade-in,
discounts you're going to be getting.
Discounts. if you get a discount.
If you go back to the Black Book data,
Yeah.
I mean, one of the highlights in there was how most stores, when it comes to pre-owned cars, are now non-negotiating.
Oh, is that probably
Yeah.
down in here?
So there is no negotiating. The price is the price.
With the proliferation of no haggle pricing for used vehicle retailing, asking prices accurately measure trends in the retail space.
Yeah.
Retail demand slowed down at the end of last year and thus resulted in declining retail asking prices over the last several weeks of 2020. As demand rebounded in January, retail prices seemed to lag wholesale prices. March had an accelerated growth in retail prices, but the rate of growth is still lower compared to the increase of wholesale prices. This analysis is based on approximately 2 million vehicles. Interesting.
Yeah. So even though the dealers are paying more, they
Look at the price index, though.
yes, they don't. But they don't have they don't have the intestinal fortitude to have that be reflected in the asking prices just yet.
But look at the used retail volume. Down
Yes.
considerably. Mm-hmm. Days to turn have been increasing since November and is approaching historic average level. However, this trend has started to reverse lately as retail demand picks back up. Mm-hmm. Used retail days to turn. So this is over here on this column, this is how many days it takes to turn a vehicle.
Yes.
So if you ever run market price reports, that's one of the things that we report on, right, is
I do believe that's
on lot. And
that's one of the key indicators for us.
so we're seeing that across the whole industry.
It's starting
to decline, but it's about 40 days.
Yes.
So for this particular BMW type, though, a BMW M340i, it's 64 days in this market area, 108 days. That's about as good as it gets in terms of figuring out if it's going to be negotiable or not.
Yes.
Wow, wholesale supply continues to be tight. So this is estimated weekly sales rate. So more vehicles are being sold at auction. I remember back when when it was only half the vehicles that made it across the lane were being sold.
And now
we're
it's
at
up to
3/4.
Yeah, 74, almost 75%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, absolute craziness.
It is, and I don't know how people buy cars at the prices that they're at. It does require more cash down, larger down payment, so you can fit within the guidelines that the banks might set up.
And that's actually, I'm really glad that you brought that up. There was this article that you told me about today in Automotive News.
Which I never did finish reading.
So let's take a peek at it.
Okay.
March auto finance trends out of whack.
Out of whack.
All right.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Industry inventory shortages are wreaking havoc. Sure, we know that.
Yeah.
Interest rates have risen.
Yes. The average interest rate on a new car loan today is 4.6%. 4.6%. I don't know why that would be, but that's the average.
Is explained by the inventory constraints hampering truck and SUV sales. Edmunds, we got to talk about Edmunds today too, getting bought by
CarMax.
CarMax, yeah. March sales favored Asian automakers. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. 4.6%. Wow. Monthly payment dipped $6 from February's average.
Yeah, to only $573
Wow.
is the average monthly car payment in this country. $573. That's the average.
This sums it up really nicely. Without new vehicles funneling into the used market and nearly new vehicles being in short supply, values of remaining inventory remain high. The average used vehicle interest rate jumped to 8.5%.
From 7.8. And that's crazy numbers, but they could, one of the reasons it could be is because they're slightly older used cars that people are having to finance, and the older the used car, the greater the risk for the bank. So the greater the risk, the higher the interest rate.
Down payments on used car financing were up 31%.
To average $3,460 cash down.
I think that has something to do with the stimulus check, maybe.
It has everything to do with the stimulus check, and it has everything to do with the fact that that's the only way you can bring it down to the loan-to-value ratios that a bank's willing to lend.
Yeah, that's a really good point that you brought that up. Do you want to explain what loan-to-value is quickly, and then we'll open up the phone lines for our first calls of the night?
Well, a vehicle has a value, and banks are only willing, depending on credit score, they might lend up to 140% of the value of the vehicle. But if the values of the vehicles are inflated above and beyond the book, then it's harder to to finance 140%.
Yep. And 140% would be like in context if you've got negative equity in your
Yes,
trade-in.
you
For
could
example.
roll in some of your negative equity into the new loan. Why you'd want to do that? You shouldn't, but people do it every day.
People do, yeah.
So it just becomes harder. It takes more cash or more positive equity in a trade in order to keep the vehicle in line with what should be financed, how much should be financed against it.
Yeah, it's nuts.
The whole thing. I mean, my first pandemic, hopefully my last.
Yeah.
Not because I don't expect to make it to 170 for the next pandemic 100 years from now, but hopefully we don't have to go through another situation like this, and you don't have to see craziness like this unfold on a daily basis.
Yeah. Okay, two things I want to call out. Then I'll put the is it Chip? You're not going to answer it live?
No. I bet you it's spam, though.
Dad,
I have it once. I thought I had it once.
I think you're talking to them.
No, I'm not talking to them.
I'm fairly certain
No,
you're talking.
I'm not talking to them.
All right. I think
Trust me, I screened the call and they hung up during the screening.
So I know Melissa's on the stream tonight. We actually wrote a success story for you, Melissa. So maybe we should take this off of the
let's
the
take
website.
that down.
But kudos to you, I think. Still. So anyway,
we could leave it Melissa's almost success story.
And then the other thing is we're working on a redesigned homepage. So I just wanted to show everyone. Look, it's me and my dad.
Oh my god!
Have you seen this yet?
No, you don't share with me.
Yeah, so we're gonna redo the navigation and
there's at least one good-looking person.
Yeah, and these little buttons for how we can help you, and the packages.
There's two things in life I've always wanted:
buttons and packages,
buttons and bundles.
Buttons and bundles. Anyway, really happy with the progress there. So can't wait for everyone to see that. Okay, let me put the call in.
My ringtone is more tolerable than the old style phone ringer. Well, thank you.
Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah. I wish I could figure out.
Yeah, well,
Tony says looks like real estate brokers. Yeah, we kind of are.
Yeah.
Are we? I hope not.
No.
All right, let me pull up the phone pop so we can take a first call of the night. Let me make sure it's all open.
According to Ken, I need big buttons.
Makes it easier to...
Actually, I think I prefer red buttons, and Ken's old enough to know who he was.
What button? What's a red buttons?
Red buttons.
Hang tight. I'll let you know when a call comes in.
Red buttons was an actor and comedian and a dancer.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah.
So we've got Mike saying credit unions are trying to push money out the door due to the rapid rise in shares accounts. Interesting. So I guess like money stock. I imagine you mean like stock trading accounts, like those types of things. Is that what shares accounts means?
I don't know. Let's Mike. Since you're participating, exactly what does that mean?
Yeah, let us know, Mike.
Because you know what, we're crazy enough that we would share it with everybody.
All right, let's see. We can go back up here. So we've got David Valentine saying 2020 Traverse, all in, out the door, 36,000 is a good price. David, toss the VIN in the chat, and we'll do the best we can to actually run a report. And see if
because
we can
it's hard for just knowing that it's a 2021 Traverse.
Give us VINs.
Isn't enough information to know if that's a good deal or not. We need VIN. We need
zip
state,
code.
We need all kinds of things.
VINs and zip code.
But we can discern a lot.
Yes. So
and what we can't discern, we can make up.
If you're working a deal, put VINs and zip codes in there. We have a phone call coming through, Pops.
Oh my God, Steve Osgood once got asked who John Wayne was.
You're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Yes, sir. My name is Antonio. I am currently calling from Louisiana.
Hey, Antonio from Louisiana.
Yeah, welcome. How are you tonight, Antonio?
I'm doing great. I can't complain.
Well, how can we help you?
Okay. You was in the car sales business.
For a while.
I wanted to know, have you ever had any experience with a customer trying to buy a car while he's in bankruptcy?
Have I had that experience? More times than I would like to count. That's a tough situation to be buying a car while you're in bankruptcy. Typically, The only way to buy a car is after the bankruptcy has been dismissed. Okay, while the bankruptcy is active, nobody would lend you any, and nobody would lend the buyer additional money because they could then throw that into the bankruptcy. So typically you have to wait till the bankruptcy's been dismissed, and then it's going to take some cash down so that you can get into the next vehicle.
Yeah, because the manager at the car lot said that they do it all the time. So I was just curious, how often does it happen, But this would be my first car, so I really didn't know. I just wanted to know, but I didn't ask my attorney at the bankruptcy place. But
yeah, typically it does. Typically, banks don't like to lend money to people while they're still in an open bankruptcy.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, okay, yeah, that do make sense.
Well, Antonio,
thank you guys for taking.
Yeah, thanks for being a part of the community.
Yeah,
thanks for calling in.
Glad we could help. Glad that was an excellent question, and glad we were able here to help you with that.
Yes, sir. Thank you both. Thank you.
Have a great night.
Dial Delaney's in the house, by the way.
So you can hear me when I talk, right? I set a new setting on the thing.
Yeah, it's very cool now.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
just trying to help. Yes. What the heck was I going to say?
I don't know.
We did we recorded some role play type stuff today.
We did.
And
Yes.
so while we're on the stream, I might pull it up. We might pull
Steve, exactly how does your wife stare at Zach?
I just read that.
And then Steve, exactly what's going through her mind as she's staring at Zach.
If you don't mind muting us in the background, you're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hi guys, my name is Johnny. I'm calling from Brooklyn, New York.
Johnny in Brooklyn.
Yes. So I never needed a car, but I'm considering getting in one now. But then it seems like it's a bad time considering everything's so expensive. But my question is that I've been looking into like a 2018 Audi A5, but then I would prefer to go for a CPO, but then it seems like everything is kind of high and the dealers are not willing to negotiate. So I'm considering just buying it from like an independent dealer or a third-party dealership. And I know you guys offer like a extended warranty coverage, I believe.
We do.
Yep.
So how do I go about that? Like if I want to purchase it, if I want
These
to
are
get
the
it.
best. I love when calls are teeing us up to.
Johnny, I don't know how much Zach paid you to call in for this. Why don't we go to the website and we can walk Johnny through it so he can see exactly how it would be done.
So yes, absolutely, Johnny. You'll have to play back on the stream, but it's super easy. Services, vehicle service contracts. Actually, you know what? You could do this, but if you know which vehicle you're looking at, Johnny, this is our whole MO is you can actually do it in the app. Like you can run a market price report and then click on vehicle protection, and then you can see what your options are. Just so everyone that's watching at home and playing along at home, we make $500. So this quote, subtract $500, that's how much it costs us to buy it from these guys, AUL. And what we'll do is obviously we've got the whole contract here, so broken down with all the contract language, or you can view the actual contract right here. Or you can set up a time to meet with Kimberly. So super recommend that you do that. Kimberly does all of the consultation phone calls. She's super busy, but she's super great at them. And our objective is, and Kimberly's on the chat.
Yeah.
And we get some flack for it sometimes, Johnny. Like, oh, you guys are slimy. You sell extended warranties. No, we don't sell them. If you want to buy them, you have another option other than the dealer. That's our whole approach here.
That makes us slimy, giving you options.
And we make $500.
Yeah, then damn
$500.
it, we're the slimiest sons of guns in America.
But Johnny, if you're buying a 2018 Audi, definitely get a pre-purchase inspection. Definitely watch our video talking about new versus used.
And definitely consider an extended warranty.
Well, yeah. Or lease a new one. That would be the recommendation.
If I get a CPO, right? Would you say your extended warranty would be better than getting their extended warranty?
So let's do a quick. I did this a while ago, but we wrote reviews for every single CPO program. So give me 1 second. I want to pull up the Audi one so I can be informed. So if you go to our website and you search Audi, we got to organize it better, but eventually. Extended warranty CPO review. There it is. Because I forget what their wrap is. So let's see. Okay, so it has to be 5 years old or newer, no more than 60,000 miles, okay, but what does it cover? How long does it last? So it'll last up to 4 years or 50,000 miles on the vehicle. Oh, that's the new car warranty. If the warranty's still active. Great, there you go. So, Johnny, if the one that you're looking at has less than 50,000 miles on it or it's less than 4 years old, then the Audi manufacturer warranty is just going to stay. If the new vehicle warranty has lapsed, then the CPO warranty is 12 months. So, yeah, an extended service contract, the extended warranty, like what we're able to sell you, might make sense for you because that would give you like 5 or 6 more years of coverage, because the CPO one's only for 12 months.
It is unlimited miles, but it's only 12 months.
Yeah.
Okay, what if I get it from like an independent seller or a third party seller then?
Yeah, I mean that's like the same thing as buying it from us. Just make sure you like understand the contract, and if you can use our quote to help negotiate down their price, that's also a win. You just have to we spoke with 6 different providers, administrators is what they're called, before we decided to go with AUL. So we did some of the vetting for you to make sure that it's reputable, but just be careful because there really are like a lot of slimy ones out there, and you got to make sure they're financially stable and insured, because if they're not insured and they go out of business, then who cares that you have a contract with them? They're out of business. Just be careful. If the dealer has one, ask for the contract so you can see whose name is on the contract. That's really important.
Got it. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Our pleasure, Johnny. Thank you for calling in today.
Have a good one.
You
See
too.
you, Johnny. Larry R. says, in what states don't you sell VSC in? We do not sell VSCs in the state of California, which stinks.
Yes.
When I first started this with my dad, we had no clue that the state of California had passed a law that said only car dealers could sell extended warranties, VSCs in California. Then we learned that. There's a workaround. It's really arduous. We're working on it. Florida is another state that has that same law passed.
And Massachusetts.
So those are the 3 states that have monopolies thanks to the local dealer groups that lobbied for them. That gets the Ray Shevska stamp of approval. Hey, so one thing that we're doing tonight, Pops, let me take Do Not Disturb off in case there's a call that comes in.
Well, maybe you should put the Do Not Disturb on so that you can explain what we're doing.
Okay, so we are doing a little bit of a contest tonight.
Oh, my God. Really?
Your Auto Advocate contest.
Yeah.
That says, what is for dinner? You can't read it. I understand that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What is for dinner?
And
it's
that's
2 words.
allegedly some type of food stuff on a plate.
Well, that's the plate. I'm going to draw the food throughout the night. If someone guesses, and when you call in, guess a letter, but we want to have someone guess what's for dinner tonight. And it's for my dad, so that could help. I'm not going to say what it is, but everyone knows what it is. You're going to get a free Your Auto Advocate t-shirt. So whoever guesses it is going to get it. And it is not pizza. What Larry, I think my Pops, is a little jealous.
It could be pizza.
Could be pizza, but not for
Not for this.
All right, I'm opening the phone lines back up.
Okay.
And then I want to get the video that you and I shot earlier. I want to watch it.
Do you need to explain to people that each one of these dashes represents a letter?
Yeah, I think that's understood.
Well, I don't know because I don't want to say anything, but steak is 5 letters.
Okay, someone already guessed it.
Scott, way to go, buddy! Scott Young in the house.
Scott
Adam Brooks is number 2. Okay.
All right, anyone who guesses chicken parm is going to also get a t-shirt, so we'll see. Well, I feel like I just gave it away then.
Well, 2 people get t-shirts then.
All right.
Okay, saved by the bell.
I was about to say. You're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hi, guys. Alan from Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, Alan from Madison. How are you tonight?
Where am I at tonight, or how am I doing tonight?
No, I don't care. I don't care where you're at. I only care about how you're doing.
I'm doing great, guys. I wanted to give you guys an update on my 2013 Honda Fit.
Yeah, for sure. Speak up a little bit if you don't mind, Alan, but we want to hear.
Sure. So I was able to get financing and went through everything through the process. So I'm the owner of the Honda Fit that you guys have been doing about. So I'm really just wanted to call and let you guys know that I'm really proud with the process. I'm really happy and thankful for you guys being able to help me with everything through the process.
Well,
Well, that is so sweet. Thank you for that.
how did you feel going through the process, Alan, if you don't mind? And we got to acknowledge real quick, we got a $20 donation from Gao Yang, and we're going to answer Gao Yang's question next. But yeah, share a little bit about your experience, if you don't mind.
Yeah. For the most part, like with the whole dealer process, it was pretty smooth. Like it was a little bit like once I got the F&I office, like I did have to try to haggle as much as I could, but the F&I guy was kind of like hemming and hawing, like he would counter like one time, and I would be like pretty happy with it and with what you guys had. It was a little bit higher than what you and Kimberly had told me for quoting and things like that. But I was also trying to be an minded of the low credit score that I had, and try to go through that and be like, so we can offer you this. And I was like, okay, so. They countered a couple. I went through the process pretty smoothly within that. So, but I was trying to be open minded of given my low credit score and trying to work in with what the interest rate that was offered to me and things like that. So,
Well, it sounds like
but overall very happy with it.
It sounds like you did pretty good.
Yeah,
You realized your situation, and even though you weren't necessarily dealing from a position of strength, you still found leverage in your position that you might not have been able to if you hadn't found our channel.
And Kimberly in the chat said, so proud of him, he did so good. So, Alan, that's awesome.
Oh my God, where's the Kimberly Klein stamp of approval for this?
I got to queue one up
like
for
I
next
got
time.
approval. I definitely, the gap insurance they offer, they lowered it to $700, which I know is higher than what Kimberly told me that the range should be, but I was also like, they at least countered with that, so they weren't like, we're only going to stick with this number that we're just minimally offering you. So there was some negotiation and things like that. So
It's a good reminder that you can negotiate those things. So that's great to hear, Alan. Well, thanks for being a part of the community. Thanks for being a caller and a success story, and congrats on your purchase.
thank you so much, guys.
Yep. Have a great night.
Okay, put on Do Not Disturb. Let's take
Okay.
these off for just a second, Pops. We're going to watch a video in a little bit and react live on the stream.
Oh my God, the stuff you don't tell me about.
Gao Yang. Great work, Ray and Zach. Thank you for the donation, by the way.
Yes, thank you very much. And before we get into Gao Yang's thing, can I just say, smash the like button, people. Let's go. Hit that like. Come on. I don't know much about YouTube, but I know everything they do is based on likes. Damn it. And I could be wrong, but I think we're two of the most likable people on YouTube at the moment, especially doing a live stream. Okay.
About automotive.
Yeah.
That is a father and son
team. So there you have it. Smash that like button.
All right, thank you for that, Pops. I do the sales pitches for our stuff. You do the sales pitches for. It's a good balance. Great work, Ray and Zach. I just sent my question and my situation to Zach's email. Would love to hear your thoughts. I'm looking in my email, Gao Yang, and unfortunately, I don't think I see one from you. As a reminder, my email address, in case anyone wants to send me anything during the live stream, is Zach, Z as in zebra,
Yes.
A as in apple,
Yes.
CH. I don't need to do
As in
at yourautoadvocate.com. So feel free to send it in. One email we did just receive from Rob, which I'll pull up on the screen so we can all look at.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, here's a Ram 2500 invoice that I obtained working on a deal.
Oh,
you
very
mentioned
cool.
wanting to collect these in one of your videos.
It's true.
All right, so their initial sale price was $66,223.
Okay.
With a $1,000 incentive to finance through the dealership.
Okay.
So let's take a quick peek at the invoice.
Okay.
All right, I want to make sure everyone at home can see this as well. Yeah, they can.
Okay.
All right, so anything up here at the top? Oh, Camelback Road.
Oh, Bill Luke Chrysler Jeep and Dodge. Okay, sure.
You're familiar with that area.
Yeah, I am.
So do you see any information up here, Dad, that's particularly interesting to you? Or is it all going to be below?
Let's see. I don't see any key numbers. I don't see nothing of any real significance up there, so no.
All right.
Okay. My God. Dodge has their destination charge up to $1,695.
You want to break this down? I'm gonna grab a Gatorade real quick. I gotta rehydrate for the rest of the game.
Yeah, bring in the training staff. So, as you can see, the destination charge is $1,695. It's got a breakdown of all the packages. The base wholesale cost is $49,467, and you can see how there's charges for the Delmonico Red Pearl coat has a cost to the dealer of $92, and the Night Edition and the Laramie Level 1 Equipment Group and the
Anti-spin.
diesel, and the Cummins turbo diesel engine,
And the additional gallons of diesel.
Yes. So as you can see, the employee pricing would be $62,417.
That's what EP stands for on a Ram or Dodge.
Yes.
Or I guess probably most Stellantis product invoices.
Yes. What's the PP stand for?
PP was, I think, the affinity programs, if I'm
I
not
think so,
mistaken. So
yeah.
that's like your Costco, your TrueCar, etc.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what DR is.
But it's not a whole lot less than your
No.
PP program.
And then over here we have the
Holdback,
meat and potatoes.
yes, the holdback is $2,057, and the
Floor plan assistance.
thank you,
I
is
gotcha,
$685. So you have an additional $2,700 in below the line.
So let's
profit
look at
built
his
into
deal,
the-
because I
into-
think Rob actually sent us his deal. So the total MSRP here,
is 65.
well, the
MSRP is 70,000. The total invoice cost is 65,492, and don't forget there's $2,700 in under the
So we've
line
got
money.
65,492. So can we just say 65.5?
Yeah, that works for me.
So let's go back to Rob's deal.
Okay.
So their initial sales price is 66,223, and that's including a $1,000 incentive.
Okay, if you finance through them.
Yep.
Okay.
Invoice price was that 65.5,
Yeah.
pretty much. Holdback floor plan
Yeah.
adds 1375 to their negotiating spread. I'm not sure how he's getting that. I think he's subtracting the floor plan. No, what's going on here?
I don't know.
Holdback and floor plan are hidden, are dealer profit. That's not,
Yes.
doesn't take away profit from them. So he's saying a sale price of 66.23 would net them 2106.
Net
No.
more than that.
No, this is incorrect. It would net them the difference between invoice to the selling price, which would be $800
That's
or so,
$800 plus the $2,000 in holdback.
plus the $685.
Yeah. So
$3,500, $3,600, not
Yeah.
$2,100.
yeah.
If I ditch the financing incentive, 6.9%, by the way. So can we just talk about this real quick? If you're at a dealership and they say, hey, it'll be $1,000 less if you use our financing,
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah, and then go refinance it.
Boom. They're making $3,106 on the sale. I'm trying to see. Oh, if he doesn't take the incentive. No, if he doesn't take the incentive, then they're making $4,500 or $4,600. I ended up finding a vehicle with more of the features I was looking for, so I abandoned this deal before attempting to get them to move on the sale price. No invoice for that one, as it's a used 2020 with 8,000 miles. Tougher to figure out what they might have paid.
Yeah.
But it's a good example of breaking down when you get an invoice. Even when you get an invoice, it's still confusing.
Yes. Oh, absolutely it is.
Here we go.
Yes.
All right, so let me share my screen real quick. Gao Yang, we got your questions here. From Gao Yang, hello, Zach. First and foremost, a big shout out for what you and my pops have accomplished this last year.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. A lot of work involved.
YA is such a great community for a car buyer that wants a fair deal. Yeah, we have so much more work to do to make it better. I'm a black car fleet owner in Southern California. Right now, I'm in the market for a replacement vehicle for my fleet. This is interesting.
Yeah.
But when I looked at the market for a used 2017-2020 Suburban, we can open up a few of these real quick. Take a peek.
Bet you prices are
Bet you
high.
they're expensive.
Yeah.
So this is on Carvana's website. They got a lot of them.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
not really, but they got a few of them.
Yeah. Well, that's because they've been buying them all at the auction.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got that. First, there's limited choice. Yeah.
Yes.
Second, they are just so overpriced for a used one.
That's correct.
It seems to be the used car price is so high that I may go and lease some new 2021 instead.
That might make more sense.
Because of our business model, we prefer to get a good condition used car for a low price and drive till they are 5 years old. And at that time, they would have 200,000 miles on it. The trade-in value is near zero.
Yes.
So basically, how much we pay for a used car will determine how much cost to own per mile is.
Yes.
I am just wondering, with today's used car price, am I better off leasing a new Suburban and driving 120,000 miles on it and pay the over mileage fee for it when the lease ends? It may end up costing the same as driving a used one for 120,000.
Well,
they are equally.
Yeah, my guess is that you can lease one, and you can base the lease on probably 100,000 miles over.
You don't have to do a 15,000 mile year lease.
They can make the adjustment up front.
Yep.
And I believe the max you can do is 100,000 miles. But that, who knows? In today's world, that might have changed. The max used to be 100,000 miles. So you can set it up for like a 33,000 mile a year lease.
Yep.
Okay, and then you would only pay the extra on the 20,000 miles that hasn't been factored in yet.
Exactly.
So that might be a good way to go.
Yeah, that makes plenty of sense. Let me know what you take the issue, buy used or lease today, or wait. If the lease assumption for 3 years for 120,000 miles. So yeah, 3 years and 100,000 is your suggestion.
Yes.
Thank you again. Love your channel. Keep up the great work, and you guys are a great team.
Well, we're trying.
Doing the best we can.
Yeah.
I saw someone said the 1,889 emails are giving them OCD. Yeah, trust me, I feel terribly because I don't get back to everyone.
Yeah.
However, we are working on something. I can't name names right now.
Yes, no, don't name
But
names.
whomever's you're on the stream and you know who you are.
Yes.
We're working on getting some help in the
Yeah.
form of a community manager of sorts. Someone to
Yes.
help with replying back, someone to help with fostering the community.
Yes.
We might even need a few
Yeah, because truth be told, you're so busy with your team trying
to build the software.
to build all the
Yeah.
software and to come up with the roadmap as to how to get that software.
We had a meeting today, Pops.
Yeah.
For the mobile app because
Yeah.
we're going to start working on the mobile app.
Okay.
So excited! I am so excited. The phone a friend concept. It's going to come
Yeah.
to reality.
Oh my
Deal
God.
school, but in your pocket, and
Oh
when
my
you're actually
God.
at the dealership
Yeah.
with a checklist right
Yeah.
there, scanning the paperwork at the dealership, a VIN scanner. So if you're at the dealership, you can scan the Monroney label and get
Oh,
the
I
market
like
price
that.
report right there. Another thing with the mobile app, I don't mean to oversell this, but
No.
another thing with the mobile
Yeah.
app is if you're at a dealership and you scan a VIN, we're going to be able to use geolocation to tell you which dealerships have more negotiable vehicles near you.
Wow.
Think about how cool that is.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. That is. And
Look at everyone saying BB and Ken Breed. I'm not naming names.
yeah. No, we're not naming any names, but what we will name is that there's a need. Okay, because Zach can't develop the business and work with the team and come up with the concepts and the roadmap to get to where they're trying to be.
Look, if we didn't have Kimberly on the team, we wouldn't be where we are. We
Yeah.
just need more people that can help. So anyway,
Yes.
we're working on that. If you're interested in actually joining the team and supporting the community in different ways, email me that, Zach at Your Auto Advocate.
and Ken, yes, you can boss me around anytime you want.
Okay, so I want to try something.
Yeah.
I don't know if the audio will work, but let's give it a quick shot. You want to toss on here? Just toss on your headphones for a second, banter, and let me
Toss on and banter.
Yeah.
Yes. So
You banter. I'm gonna give me a
so
second.
I'm not sure what Zach's.
You know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so we did some role play earlier today because we want to try a new style of video where we really get a little more into the meat and potatoes as to what salespeople try to do and as to what the buyer or consumer should try to do. So we did some role play, and
So hang tight for 1 second. I'm just gonna play it in the background. I want to see if the audio works.
okay, Zach's gonna play.
So just stay quiet. For a second.
Welcome to
No, we have no audio. on our end. Give me 1 second. Keep bantering.
Oh, so I have to keep bantering. So James, God bless him, the young man that edits all the videos and everything, he'll have something to work with, and hopefully we'll be able to have those videos up in the next few days. But I think now we can hear. So I think there'll be some value to these type of videos.
So give me 1 second. I think I need to do just one other thing, and then
Because when we get can't hear, we're actually in a casino.
Years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go to a casino all last year because of COVID.
Okay,
and,
so I think we're gonna be good here.
okay,
Give me one more second. I just need to. I know folks.
okay, I need more warning. I just can't banter for days and days. Well, I could.
You're doing a great job.
And I need pants too, according to Ken.
Ready?
Yeah, here we go. Thank God, Saved by the Bell.
Dad?
Okay.
Go back to where you were.
Hi, welcome to Gotcha Motors. I'm Ray, and you are?
Dad? Can folks on the stream let me know if you can actually hear that? I just said dad in that. Let us know, and then we're good. Yeah, I know the lights went out, but I was me setting something up. I know. Can't hear, can't see. There's always a little bit of a delay. It'll prove worth it if it actually works.
Okay.
Let's see.
Success. Somebody says we have success.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Let's watch
Okay.
this and react.
Yeah, go. Run it. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see that Subaru Outback?
That one?
That one?
Yeah.
$500, no more monthly payment. I want it.
Okay, cool. Let's go over to my desk. Oh,
Okay,
my God.
so we filmed.
So Kevin liked the fact that I work at Gotcha Motors.
So we filmed 2 videos today.
Yes.
One is how not to approach buying a car,
Yeah.
and how to approach. I
Yeah.
did the one how not to approach.
Yes.
So do you want to break that down? What did I do poorly there?
Well, you expressed your wants and desires, and you set yourself up as a payment buyer, which is the worst position you want to be in, because as a payment buyer, you're just buying that monthly payment, and you really have no idea as to what the selling price is. You're just buying a payment. So that is you represent a potential month-long vacation for the sales team when you come in and you say, you see that car? You keep my payments at, and I'm going home in that car.
So let's juxtapose this with the right way to do it. How's that sound?
Okay, or
Do your
a
thing,
different
buddy.
way.
Okay.
Hey,
Mr.
Shefska, you can call me Shefska.
Welcome to Gotcha Motors.
And you are?
That was a prolonged handshake. My name is Zach Shepska.
You're kidding.
can I help?
You're a cousin of some kind.
How can I help you? Family in the family. How can I help you?
Well, here's the deal, Zach. I don't have a lot of time today, and today, just so you know,
Yeah.
what I would like to accomplish today is I would like to test drive a couple vehicles,
Okay.
make sure I feel comfortable in them.
Okay.
I'm not looking to do any numbers at all, unless, of course, I am so enamored with one of the vehicles after we drive them, I come to you and I go, Zach, let's talk numbers. But if I don't say that, we're not talking numbers. You got that? I'm just...
You can literally see how desperately I want to interject and say
But I
something.
won't let you. Yeah, because information gathering today. Is that okay with you?
We got some of the best looking vehicles on the lot. I have no doubt you'll want to talk numbers, but I understand we can take our time.
Okay, because it's, like I say, I don't have that much time today.
Okay, good point. Good
cool.
point.
Cool. What I'm interested in is perhaps a Forester, but I think I might be leaning more towards an Outback.
Okay. Well, why don't we grab a set of keys and you can get in the driver's seat behind both of them.
Sounds reasonable to me. Where do we go?
You go that way, I'll go this way. So, anyway, we had an absolute blast doing this, but break that down. I'm the salesperson in that environment. I couldn't say a word.
I wouldn't let you. Okay, because the key to car sales and the key to buying is control. He who has control, he or she who has control wins. So typically when a customer walks in, a salesperson sticks out their hand, says, "Hi, I'm Ray. You are. Have you been here before? Are you here to see anybody?" And they immediately take control. And as a buyer, you want to be the one that's in control. When I was a sales manager, I used to tell my salespeople, somebody is always selling somebody. Either the customer is selling the salesperson or the salesperson is selling the customer. In the last example, the customer was selling the salesperson. The customer was setting up exactly how it was going to go, what it was that he was looking to accomplish, and what all the parameters were.
Steve does a headlock to gain control. That's one way to do it.
What was that?
Steve does a headlock to gain control.
Oh, well, yeah, that would work too, yeah.
Let's show one other example because we did a post-test drive example.
Yeah.
And I think it's worth sharing as well.
Okay. Gosh.
You love that car, didn't you?
Smooth as silk.
You know, it was all right. But I didn't. It didn't move me the way I thought it would.
Yeah. So it didn't have everything that you needed, didn't it?
I think equipment-wise, it might have had what I was looking for. It just really didn't move me the way I would.
But if we could work out the numbers, you'd take it home tonight, wouldn't you?
I don't know that I love it enough, but yeah, maybe we could take a look at the numbers.
So we can look at, what the worksheet would look like, what your payments would be, the different options we have. We got some good rebates from the manufacturer.
Well,
right
that's good to know. That's good to know. I don't know that I'm all that concerned about payments or anything. I think if we do look at numbers, I'm going to want to know your best out-the-door price.
Okay, well, why don't we head over to my desk? I appreciate that you want the out-the-door number, and we'll see what we can do.
We're not going to see what we can do. We're going to need to get to an out-the-door number. I'm just trying to make your life as easy as possible, if that's okay with you.
Back to my desk?
All right, I'm in. Let's go.
You can hold my hand. I'll walk you to the desk.
Okay.
Man, we've got some work to do on our acting skills. But
hold my hand and I'll take you there. Hold my hand and we're halfway there. That was right out of West Side Story, ladies and gentlemen.
But you did such a good job making it clear that you had no interest, even though you obviously, if you're in that position, you have interest. But you're making it clear. You're just saying, it's okay. I'm fine if I leave without a car.
Yeah. And who was in control?
You the whole time.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty remarkable.
It's not remarkable. It's just everybody who goes to buy a car needs to practice how to be in control, how to steer the conversation the way they want to steer it, as opposed to the way that the dealership personnel want to steer it. We say it often that as the buyer, you have the greatest leverage, the greatest power in that two-letter word, no. So use it if you need to. And also, even if you were excited about the car, pretend that you're not.
Yeah, don't show it.
Every
ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Never showed it.
No. Never showed what?
Just any excitement.
Oh, okay. Ever?
Ever.
That's why they're your ex-girlfriends.
All right.
Oh my goodness gracious! We're traveling down a path I don't want to go.
No, we're good. It's downhill from here, but that's okay. We had another question come in from Briley Burning.
Yeah.
Is the suggested offer what you should use as a starting point or your end target? How much should I start below my target, and what increment should I use when negotiating to get to my target?
You have to be able to read the personnel and the dealership that you're at, so that you never get what you don't ask for. So yes, you should start lower than our suggested offer. You might even have to go above our suggested offer in order to get to a deal that works for everybody. But it's a starting. Start somewhere below that so that you can work towards something other than what they're offering.
Yeah, the idea behind the suggested offer is that it's an offer that won't get you laughed at and it'll get a reply. That
Yeah.
being said, our recommendation is with all these vehicles, email templates, copy the dealer info, copy the templates, send the OTD request quote, and then do that for all the similar vehicles as well. That's probably your best way to
Yes.
approach it.
Yes.
All right, so let me see here. Let me see if there are any other email questions that we can answer. But then let's open up the phone line again.
And as Larry reminds us, remember that our suggested offer does not include any of the factory rebates.
Yes.
So you work your suggested offer and then less any consumer.
Exactly. Yes, we
Programs.
don't currently have the consumer programs. We are working
Yes.
with Chrome is the industry data provider. We've interviewed a lot of folks on that front to figure out how we're going to bring that in, but that should come soon. Our dear friend David Valentine.
Not David. And Kendall.
Well, you got a
wants
lot
to
of phone
call in
calls.
too.
Hey there, Dave. How you doing?
I'm doing terrific. How are you?
Well, we're well.
Terrific. So I'm the one that emailed you about the 2021 Traverse for 36 out the door.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw your chat.
And I am a member, and I pulled the VIN on your on the website
Okay.
on the price calculator, and it's saying out the door estimate 38,162, suggested offer 35,282.
What's the
Your negotiability.
I was just gonna say, what's
it's
the VIN so we can
25%.
run it?
Are you ready? Because this is always very exciting. 1G.
No, he wasn't ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, for the love of God! Come on, come on! For the love of Jesus.
Now you know what
You
I'm
let me
working
know
with,
when you're ready.
David. You okay?
I'm ready.
It's okay. 1G N E V F K W 6M J 151864.
Now, was that an S or an F earlier? 1GNEVSK or FK?
Yes, F as in Franklin.
I wanted to double check. Cool. All right, I'm running the report. You want to keep telling us where you are in the process, but now we can play along at home?
I like
Well,
this.
I mean, I've been three cars I'm looking at: the Explorer, the Traverse, and the Palisades. Okay, the Palisades is the most difficult negotiation right now because there's no real dealer incentives or manufacturer incentives. They're like living high on the hog, as we all know. So Ford and Chevy are doing manufacturers discounts. Chevy is a little bit stronger. They're offering like $36.50 as a manufacturer's incentive. So at the end of the day, that 36 out the door is it's a little bit over 10% off the MSRP, which tastes good, but $36,000 doesn't taste very good. I just don't know how hard I can push. I mean, the $36,000 came from the GM/owner of this one particular dealership, so I can't go any higher than this guy. Of course, I immediately took his deal and sent it to somebody else.
Sure.
And that sales manager came back and took $250 off it just to be a what to the other guy.
Sure.
So, I mean, I don't know if I can keep on going back and forth on this, and maybe it'll end up being $5.50. I mean, I don't know.
You can, David, you can always keep going back and forth. At a certain point, you're gonna reach the bottom where
Right.
There's no movement left on behalf of the dealership. So it just depends how bad you want to squeeze them. I remember there was a time where I was working a lease on an Acura. I was a sales manager at the store, at the Acura store, and this kid kept working. There were two Acura dealerships in the Phoenix area at that time. He kept working one against the other, one against the other, one against the other, and he would never commit to leasing the car. So finally I told the salesman, I said, just call him and say, well, if my sales manager says, if it was me, I wouldn't pay any more than $175 a month. And the kid said, so you'll lease it to me for $175 a month? And the answer was no. I'm just telling you, my boss says he wouldn't pay more than $175 a month. You go figure out how to make that happen. So, you get to a point where there really is nothing left.
Right.
I would go back to the GM owner at the first one and say, listen, your competitor's here. I've spent a lot of time at your dealership already. I feel like we're starting to develop a relationship, and I think I could be a loyal customer moving forward. Can you at least match that or beat that by a couple $100 and see what they say?
Now, the interesting part of the conversation is the first one, the $36,000 out the door, is the car's been on. It's not this car that I gave you. It's another car, but I ran that VIN also. It's been 115 days on the lot.
Okay.
Come to find out, it probably was a loaner with about 2,000 or 3,000 miles on it, which is fine. In my mind, it's a used car, but I didn't want to be go down that road saying, oh, it's a used car, But I know he's dipping in a little bit because it's been on the lot for a long time and it's got some miles. So it's interesting. The other guy, it's not, that one has a whopping, you might be looking at it now, has a whopping 10 miles on it. So it's not a loaner.
Okay. So
I
would go back to the first guy and say, listen, I can get one with 0 miles for $250 less than your car that has 3,000 miles on it. How can you sweeten the pot so that it makes sense for me to get your car with the miles? And we can do each other a favor. I could end up with a Traverse. You can end up getting rid of one that has 3,000 miles on it that's been sitting on your lot long.
Right. That's what I was thinking that the chance of getting a better deal is on the first guy.
Yes.
But the second guy came back real fast with $250 off, like real fast, like almost too fast. Like if I was his manager, I would have said, boy, you were too fast on that. You should have waited at least a half an hour.
He's just trying to steal a deal. So I get where he's coming from.
And this is the game
Right.
you got to play.
Yes.
The only other factor is timing. So like if it's end of month, end of quarter, end of year, maybe you've got a little bit more leverage to drive them all down a little bit more. But this is the game.
Yeah, and right now we're at the beginning of the month and beginning of the quarter. So
Exactly.
But that's.
So is
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Is it worth pushing either one of these guys to see if they would show me the invoice price?
You could always ask.
Sure.
I keep saying it. You never get what you don't ask for. So you
I
could
hear
say
you.
you could
I
say
hear
to
you.
the GM at the first store, listen, share your invoice with me so I can see what you guys paid for the car. And let's come up with a fair deal for a vehicle that has 3,000 miles.
And if anyone in the YEA community has gotten a Chevrolet Traverse invoice,
share it with us.
Send it to me right now.
Yeah.
Zach at Your Auto Advocate will pull it up while we're on the stream. I mean, that's the least that we can do.
Yes.
That's part of why we're here.
All right. Well, listen, guys, I won't take up any much more of your time, but I've been following since the beginning. You guys are terrific. I'm obviously a member, so I can pull up my pricing. It's been invaluable to me. So I will, I'll keep on going down this road, and once I get a deal, like I've been telling these two guys, I'm buying a car this weekend no matter what.
Okay, so it's up to you guys as to where it is that I'm going to buy that car.
Tell them
don't
Uncle
screw
Ray
this up.
and cousin Zach have been helping you behind the scenes.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
your stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. It's good.
All right. You
Glad
guys
we
are the
could
best.
help.
Thank
Yep.
you so much.
Talk to you later. Hey,
Thank
I
you.
just noticed something. We're at 187
See you,
likes.
Dave. Okay, so we're going to the like thing again. See you,
Okay,
Dave.
come on. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, my goodness gracious. There is a lot of value to what we share with you.
Phone lines are open.
On
Who cares about
these
the phone
live
lines? We
streams.
need the likes.
So, the least you could do is push that like button, even if you don't like us.
Fantastic.
Yeah, well.
Phone lines are back open. Nat is in the house
I have no shame.
answering some chat questions
Yes.
as well. Hey, Nat.
Thank
glad to
you,
see
Nat.
We've got Kimberly on the team here, Nat on the team here.
Yeah.
Someone else in the audience who might eventually be a part of the team, but we're still not naming names.
No names.
No names.
No
The
names.
phone lines are open.
Chicken parms in the house? Actually not.
Oh,
Poor Kendall.
Kendall came in second again.
Yeah.
Next call.
How's it feel to always be second, Kendall?
All right, you're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
This is Melissa from Massachusetts.
Oh, I thought that was
Good,
Melissa.
long-time viewer, second-time caller, marathon emailer.
Yeah,
yeah. And I do get back to you, Melissa. That's for sure.
Oh, you forgot to put "Do Not
I will
Disturb" there.
start to let you know that I have actually good news on my husband, who I had mentioned I think it was last week, that
Yeah.
he was in the market for a Ford F-250, and we just found, it was between two trucks, and he found a 2018, no, not that I really understand this truck lingo, but this is what he has written down. A 2018 Ford F-250 crew cab diesel with 52,000 miles on it. He can get it for $37,000. That is with my help.
Nicely done.
And his other option was a 2019 Ford F-250, except it was gas, and not diesel. It had 45,000 miles on it. And it was listed for $39,900, but when I actually ran the market report through your site, it looked like it originally sold for $38,000, so it was listed more for what it originally. So I had him veer away from that one, and I have him focused on the 2018. So hopefully he'll go that route, but he's having a lot better luck than I am at this point.
Wait, and Melissa,
His
just
vehicle,
to
so.
corroborate, we just had Aaron in the chat say, "Hey guys, the 18 F-150 I bought new for $46,000 with a 64,000 sticker. I just sold it for $44,000. Used it for 2 years and it was $2,000." So yes, this is a strange world where
In
used
which we
car
live.
prices can be similar to what their new car equivalents were.
Yep.
Absolute craziness. So Melissa, is he going through on the 2018?
Well, we're going to know on Saturday.
Okay,
So
cool.
He had to do the pre-approval for the loan through our credit union, so that got approved today. So he's going on Saturday, and hopefully I don't think it's going to last at that. From what I've looked, because I haven't done a ton of research until recently with the Ford trucks. So everything that I've seen so far, this is the best deal that we've been able to find. Maybe people can comment if they think that sounds like a good deal. As long as he's happy, I guess I'm happy. I just want my vehicle.
Yeah. So what happened?
What's going on with your vehicle?
Because you had factory ordered, correct?
So-
or like the dealership had been ordering it.
My dealership has, they've actually been very good, and they've been in contact with me, and they've updated me, and there's people ahead of me, so my order hasn't technically gone through. But for some reason, and I don't know what it is, in these past 2 weeks, they've dropped off all communication. Like, I've reached out to them instead of them usually reaching out to me, and I either get a response, text me tomorrow, and when I do, they just don't respond. And I don't know. I have to go with my gut, and I just wasn't getting a good vibe. And it's a big deal to me because I placed this order 3 months ago, and I'm like, I'm giving up that time that, being on the waiting list.
Sure.
But I'm like, if I go through with this and this dealership's giving me this vibe at this point, I just don't have a good feeling on what's going to transpire from it. And, maybe they don't, maybe they can't fulfill my order for a long time because of people before me, but they're not even transparent enough to kind of lead me to understand the information. So I don't know. I have reached out to other dealerships, and I've actually found one that's going to sell at MSRP instead of $1,000 over MSRP, which is what
That's
the dealer
incredible.
I went through was. And it was one of those comfortable conversations when I talked to the salesperson over the phone. He told me how many allocations they had and, which ones he had coming in. He had build dates on certain ones that are arriving. The only difference is the dealership was asking, one thing is they have a $200 less dock fee because the dealership that I contacted is in Vermont.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's because they're tree huggers or I don't know. They definitely, they have a $200 less dock fee, so I'd save there, and the fact that they're selling at MSRP.
No, I mean, that
save an extra
sounds
$1,000 there.
that sounds like a good opportunity.
And truth be told, Melissa, if you don't have a good feeling, you should cancel the order. You can tell when somebody is being open and honest with you and communicating with you whenever you raise a question. And if they're not, that's not a good signal.
Well, and that's what I felt like.
Yeah,
And I didn't get that at the beginning. They were actually very good, and I wouldn't down them for anything. They were, very informative. They would contact me, and as things, went on, and I don't know, I don't know. I don't understand why all of a sudden I don't know if something's going on, but they're not giving me information for me to even figure it out. And I'm sure if I hadn't watched your videos and stuff like that, I'd probably just be like, oh, whatever, and I'll just stick with it and wait until things happen. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have to deal with this. I can make my own decisions and walk away. And I mean, it's a refundable deposit that I had with them, so I'm not losing any money by, walking away from the deal. And the only thing is in Vermont, the dealership that I'm been talking to, it's $1,000 deposit, but it's non-refundable because because it's such a high demand vehicle. They're trying. He was honest. He said we're just trying to weed out serious buyers.
Sure.
And because they don't get a ton of vehicles all the time,
Yeah.
they get just more trees planted. I guess they just. I'm sure. He gave me information, and I just had more of a comfort level. I want to get a better feeling before I make a commitment because I don't want to be in the same position 3 months from now.
Well, my suspicion is that the first dealer doesn't have any good news to tell you, which is why they're not getting back to you. And the salesperson doesn't want to be the bearer of bad tidings. So the best way to solve a problem is to ignore it in most salespeople's minds.
Yeah.
And
I'm all about, if they don't and they can't fulfill my order, then that's,
just tell me.
Just tell me so I can move on. You know what I mean? Like, they know I sold my vehicle already, so they know that I'm in a position where, yes, I have a family vehicle to drive, but I don't want to be 18 months down the road and still driving the family vehicle being like, oh, do you mind if I, keep it for a little while longer?
Well, keep us posted. Let us know what happens with the Vermont deal, obviously. Let us know what happens this weekend with your husband in the truck. And
just keep us in the loop.
Just text us, call us, join the streams. We appreciate it, Melissa.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Melissa. Have a good night.
You too.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
and I say this with reservations, but I'm saying it just for you. Go Bruins.
Yeah, there you go.
See you, Melissa.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, so I added chicken parm. That's what's for dinner. If you weren't here earlier, we did a contest. I don't know what the contest was, but everyone figured out that it was chicken parm. Scott Frandrup says that. Talked to Zach last week. We will come back to that.
Kendall's
determined to get on the line.
Yeah, Kendall is back in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Kendall.
Hey, I made it.
You did.
What's the update, Kendall?
You know what? Well, so first, before we get to the update, I was going to say, before you wrote chicken parm, that a big, fat, juicy short rib with lima beans and rice.
We're running
and red
out of letters.
Beans and stews. What's that? Oh, yeah. Well, of course. I was just giving you guys an idea of what's for dinner. I wasn't playing the game.
Yeah,
so.
no, I if that's what you're having for dinner, I'm coming over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, we already had it, Ray, but we got leftovers, so you're welcome.
Well, thank you.
Okay. So, a couple things. One is, on Friday, Carvana is coming to pick up my F-150.
Okay.
Congrats.
It is pretty much all detailed. It's just sitting there ready to rock and roll. I wonder if I film that experience and send that to you guys, is that something of interest? Because I also have the original deal that I did with the F-150, so you can show people exactly what's happening in this used car.
Absolutely,
time.
yeah.
That'd be incredible, Kendall, if you're up for it. I mean, don't want to put burden on you, but if you're offering, yeah, we would love to. And then maybe we could even interview about your experience, and that could be another Carvana experience for the community to review.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think back to yours with I think it was the dash that wasn't.
Yeah.
They still took it.
Yeah. I wonder with how much they're paying for do you mind sharing kind of like some details, like how many miles, what year, and how much they're paying for it? Because I feel like it's not an insignificant amount, right?
Yeah. So it's a 2018 F-150. It's a super cab, so it's got like that half door. It's got 30,000, well, just under 30,000 miles on it.
Kendall, I think this may have happened last time we were on the stream, but just got to pause for 1 second. Ken Baran, $50 donation. What I pay to Ray and Zach to be live from Las Vegas on Your Auto Advocate Best Darn Show on YouTube. Ken, thank you so much for that. That means
Thank you, Ken. We do have a 4-bedroom place.
Yes, come on out, Ken. We got
We'll be here till the end of the month.
Nah, it's incredible. Thank you for that, Ken.
Thank you, Ken.
Sorry to cut you off, Kendall. I think that may have happened to you last time when we received a donation as well, so sorry about that. Back to the F-150.
No, that's quite all right. I'm happy to facilitate. If every time I call, you guys get a $50 or $90 donation, then I should call more often.
We're gonna keep you on the line all night.
Okay, so under 30,000 miles, F-150. It's in like pretty good condition, and it's a 2018, and they're going to give me just over 31,000 for it.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yes, and I paid, and I have the documentation to prove this, which I can send to you guys. After incentives and dealer discount and jumping through hoops and stuff, I paid. The OTD was, I'm sorry, not the OTD, but what they charged me for the vehicle was $32.
Oh my goodness!
Kendall, one second. Ryan Cartoonin.
Yeah.
For making great knowledge so entertaining. Just need to Carvana the used car now. Thank you for the $25 donation. That's incredibly thoughtful. And Kendall, if you want to come to the casino with me later, we're going to play some roulette, and you're going to stand next to me.
That is crazy.
Thank you, Ryan.
I love
thank you,
it.
Ken.
You guys are doing great. You deserve it. And thank you, Ryan. And I forget who did it
Ken,
before, but thank you.
yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Well, bless you all.
Well, Kendall, that's incredible. So that's part one of the deal, right? Is selling for $1,000 under
what you paid for it, brand new with no miles. That's crazy.
Correct. And the other thing was I wanted to follow up. You did a video with your mechanic. I'm sorry, your technician on staff. And the technician said that he was getting conflicting reports from the manufacturer versus the dealer. Well, that happened today because I'm looking at my new owner's manual, and it says there's a break-in period for the F-250.
Uh-huh.
You gotta progress up the gears quickly. It says you got to drive at varying speeds, but it's very vague. So I went to the dealership. I told him, "Can you clarify the break-in period for me?" And he looked at me like I asked him if there were people living on Mars. And he told me he'd never heard of a break-in period for a Ford F-250. And I was like, what? It's in the manual. And he was like, oh, I'm going to have to look at that. I've never seen that before. Okay. So I left there. I called up corporate Ford, and spoke to two different people on the line, and they both said, well, we are not technically inclined, but we will help you the best we can. And I said, well, What about the people who put the vehicle together? Surely they know. Or maybe the guy who wrote the manual, surely he knows. And again, crickets. So just further validating what you guys have already told everybody, that one hand doesn't know what the other's doing, and I don't know why that is, but I still didn't get a straight answer. So
it's just amazing that the people at the dealership probably have never, if they were to look into the manual, it'd be a first time, and B, that the manufacturer representatives have no idea either.
And then there's so many clauses within your new car warranty, your extended warranty, within everything. If you don't maintain the vehicle to manufacturer specifications, everything can be voided, and you're holding the bag.
So it's difficult. I would suggest that whatever it says in the manual, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Right.
And forgetting about that the dealer doesn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, guys. You're doing a fantastic job. If you do go forward with the chicken farm, enjoy it. And I will tape on Friday what's going on and send you guys that info.
Yeah,
Terrific.
Kendall, please
Thank
do.
you.
Really looking forward to seeing that.
All right. You guys have a great evening.
You do the
You do
same,
the same.
Kendall. Thank you again.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Ken, thank you. Ryan, thank you.
Yeah.
Just awesome having the support of everyone here.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the stuff that we're working on behind the scenes, the mobile app,
We're
the
working
phone
on
a
stuff
friend,
behind the
phone a
scenes.
friend. I am so excited for the phone a friend.
You know, I feel bad that Regis Philbin died because he could have become our spokesperson for Phone a Friend.
No, but I mean, it is a cool concept. Like,
Yeah.
there's different apps for like phone a therapist, like on demand. Like, why? No, seriously, but like,
Well, God
why-
knows if you're buying a car, that's probably the first call you should make.
or even like TurboTax, you can like call the CPA.
Yeah.
Get help. Like, there should be the same thing for buying a car, and to know that that's what we're building.
Yes.
Makes
Yes.
me happy.
Yeah. Who knew?
Okay.
Who knew
Yeah.
when we first started this nonsense 48 years ago?
Well, because it started as just you and me helping people buy cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it would grow into this.
Steve deserves a T-shirt for warming up the crowd. We can make that happen. Steve, send me an
Yeah,
email.
yeah, no,
Give me your address. I'll
absolutely.
send you
Yeah,
a T-shirt.
yeah.
Fly Navy Dad says, I have a 2018 Tacoma off-road and lease ends in July. I'm sweating bullets with prices of the new ones now. Extend your lease? Buy it out? Buy it out.
You could extend the lease. You could buy it out. You might actually have equity, so that it might make sense to trade it in on the next one.
Yeah.
There's any number of opportunities.
You're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hey, this is Arturo from Oregon.
What was your first name?
Long time viewer, time caller. Arturo.
Arturo, thank you for that. You just made my night by being a long-time viewer and a first-time caller.
And Arturo, we got to pause you immediately. Aaron Britt, I'm also in Vegas. I was looking for a new F450 Lariat or higher. Salesman I bought 5 Fords from said, good luck. Even Ford's inventory search says there's one in all of Vegas, and it includes in-transit vehicles. A $20 donation from Aaron.
Well, thank you, Aaron, and well, good luck. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of negotiating on that truck.
Hey, but if you're here in Vegas, hit us up. We can maybe come with you. But
Yeah.
Arturo, you're the man of the hour, or hopefully not the whole hour. But
Well, the minute anyway.
what can we do for you?
Hey guys. I just wanted to say I appreciate what you guys are doing. I started watching you several months ago, just trying to educate myself more on the car buying process, and I really appreciate it. I love the dynamic between you and Uncle Ray here.
Don't get too excited, because someday he will be an uncle.
Really?
No.
How could that be?
Wait, how do uncles...
Yeah, that would involve my brother.
Nope, he's not
who's
having kids.
78.
All right.
All right, never mind, Arturo. I've opened up a can of worms.
Yeah, I mean, my God, stop it now. Yeah. I might be a grandfather someday, but I'm never going to be an uncle.
Wow, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, you're an uncle to the community.
Well, I'll always be an uncle to the community.
Okay, sorry, Arthur. I'm taking this conversation in a strange direction. Well, thank you for the kind words. Are you currently in the process of trying to buy a car, or where are you in that process?
So probably by the end of the year. So what's been going on with me is I actually sold my car a couple of months ago because luckily me and my wife have both been able to work remotely, and we didn't need 2 cars. So I figured it was a good time to sell it, and I got rid of it. And I just wanted to share this too, that I looked it up on Carvana just recently, and it was insane. Like if I would have waited a few more months, I would have got about 2,000 more.
It's crazy.
But I would have had to. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I shouldn't have interrupted. I need to learn to be more patient.
No, but the only problem was I would have to drive to Sacramento because they don't have a hub here in Oregon. So.
Wow.
But that would have been $2,000 extra. That would have been, would have been nice. But anyhow, so I'm right now I'm saving up my pennies, and I just had a few questions just so I could get more educated. So with the invoice and out of door an out the door price. I'm assuming you always ask for invoice first before you ask for the out the door price.
Well,
right?
you could certainly let them know that what you're interested in is an out the door price, and that it would speed up the process if they would be kind enough to share the invoice with you, so that you could make sure that whatever offer they're making and whatever counter you make is based in some sense of reality as to what the dealer paid for the vehicle.
Exactly.
Okay, and then with the dealer holdback, that's always it's like I think you guys mentioned that it's like a 2% or something of MSRP, and so basically, if I get a vehicle for invoice, they're still making that money on the holdback.
They would be making the holdback, yes.
Right, and if you start to dip below invoice, then you're dipping into the holdback. Right?
Exactly, but there's there could be any type of incentives from the manufacturer to the dealer that allows them to go into holdback.
Okay.
Okay.
And then with floor plan assist, how does that work?
That's just additional money that they get from the manufacturer that ultimately helps to reduce the cost of the vehicle to the dealership. Now, that doesn't mean that the dealership doesn't have floor plan costs. They do, and the factory underwrites that to a certain degree. But it's just what they call below the line money that they get from the manufacturer to make the ultimate price of the vehicle less than what the invoice shows it to be.
So if they get like a $2,000 floor plan assist,
well, they don't get that much. Floor plan assist is usually a smaller percentage than the holdback. So it might be depending on the car. It might be $400. It could be $600.
Yeah, the Ram invoice we were looking at earlier was what, like $685.
Yeah,
and they're notorious for.
And that was a vehicle that had an invoice amount of $65,000.
Yeah.
So that was, if I could do the math, that was probably 1% of the invoice amount was floor plan assistance.
So floor plan is something they'll always get regardless.
Yes.
Regardless of what
most manufacturers offer floor plan assistance to help find additional ways for the dealer to make a profit.
Awesome. Like I said, I'm watching to get myself more knowledgeable in the whole process before I'm actually ready to go out there and purchase a vehicle, which I'm targeting towards like the end of the year anyway.
Well, the end of the year is the best time of the year to do it.
And I'm excited for the end of the year because the platform's going to be way stronger at the end of the year than it is right now. So keep watching our progress. It'll be beneficial to you to learn, but also you'll get to see how all the different tools and things that we're building are even more useful for you. So that's exciting.
Yeah, no doubt. And then once I actually get closer to buying, I'm going to spring for the membership. It just doesn't make sense for me right now since I'm not going to buy right now.
No, makes
absolutely
sense,
yeah.
Arturo.
It makes sense for us, but it wouldn't make sense for you. So I would tell you, if it doesn't make sense for you, don't sign up yet.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Arturo. Have a great night.
All right, thanks. You too.
Yeah, thanks.
We gotta
give Kenneth.
Williams.
Yeah, here let's chill on the calls for just a second. Kenneth Williams with a $5 contribution.
Yes.
Thank you, Kenneth. Whoops, let me see. He said, hello, looking to lease a car. Should I do with the full intent to pay off in 3 years, but get the lease to take the VIC payment cheap at moment? What does VIC payment mean?
Are you
Kenneth, thank you for the donation.
Ken, are you talking about doing what is referred to as a one-pay lease, where you make all your lease payments up front so that they lower the money factor in order to incentivize you for doing that? Is that what you're talking about?
Need some more info, Kenneth.
Yes.
Joseph Pickle Dad.
Wow, thank you, Joseph.
Thank you, Joseph. Awesome seeing how close you guys. Awesome
that's so we can fit into the camera lens. Otherwise, we'd be in different parts of the house.
I just purchased a 2021 Subaru Outback and saved over $4,000 or 14% off MSRP with the 0% financing.
Way to go.
Thank you so much for all the great information you provide.
He gets a stamp of approval.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good job, Joseph.
Nice job, Joseph. That's awesome. Hey, so I wanted to pull up. We had a deal worksheet come through.
Yes.
From John. I got to make sure we can screen the. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't have any. It has his email, but that's not the end of the world. All right. So let's take a peek.
You don't want to.
Okay. I'll show it, then I'll hide it. So let's read his thing, then I'll hide the screen, then we'll look at it.
Okay.
Hey, Zach, longtime follower and new subscriber to the website. If you're not a member of Your Auto Advocate, we offer
Bundles. The home of the bundles. Oh my God, we're only 6 likes short of 300. We should have passed 300 hours ago.
We haven't been. Okay. I have been in the market for a Ford F-150. I found one that I was interested in and obtained a sales quote for. This is great because we have the Ford invoices, so we'll be able to look at that.
Yeah.
Was hoping you and Ray could take a look and see what you thought. I'm from Oklahoma and looking at this truck in Texas. Let me know if you need any more information. I just want to call out.
Thank you, folks.
Yeah. Oh, we're over 300?
Yes.
Okay. You're so happy. I just want to call out. So, John, we're going to do this, obviously. But if you become a member, we do the members-only live streams. Now, Ken hasn't been receiving my damn emails, but I'm not sure if Ken's still a member. Anyway, Ken, I'm not putting you on blast. But anyway, if you're a member, you'll get an email in the morning, and we're doing one tomorrow, actually.
Yes.
Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
We do them on Thursdays.
Yes.
This is essentially all we do during members-only live streams. They're much more focused because we have to be. That's for members.
Yes.
All right, so let me hide my screen.
Are you saying I'm unfocused?
No, it's just we have more fun when,
Yes, we
not
do.
not necessarily more fun, but we're just a little more all over the place with the public live streams.
Yes.
Oh, so this is a 2018 Ford.
Oh, okay. So the invoices
We can't use the
gonna
invoices.
Matter. Okay.
33,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
You know what we can do though?
A market price report.
Better.
A black book.
So why don't you?
I like the way you think.
So
why don't I banter?
1 FT. Wait, I gotta copy the vid.
Yeah,
1
okay.
FTE.
Yeah.
W. Banter.
Banter.
1 E.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
So I'm not gonna implore everybody to smash the like button.
Dad, no,
Folks
it's
are doing
okay.
a great job with that, and I want to thank you for that. I will banter and say that this week. The members
we got
only
the
live stream will be earlier on Thursday. We will not have our normal Saturday evening live stream.
No.
This week we're taking a break because we're going to be in 2 different states. I'm going to be here all by myself, so it's a 4-bedroom house. Let me know if anybody's coming. We'll make arrangements. Maybe we'll go to a casino because I am fully vaccinated and I am also the owner of multiple masks.
Okay, so we had Kenneth come in here. Let's answer. Kenneth gave us another $10. Now we really got it. Thank you, Kenneth.
Thank you, Kenneth.
I meant get into the lease, but make extra payments and looking to pay off before the turn-in date. But get into lease so I can get the car now without like a $20,000 down payment, $62,000 vehicle. If you're planning on paying it off early, then just finance, right? Like, what's the...
Yeah, I'm still... Kenneth, you don't have to donate any more money.
Brian just donated. Very helpful
thank
info, guys. Thank you. You know what I like about Brian's message?
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. He capitalized.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
capital. Helpful capital. Info capital.
Yeah.
Guys.
Capital. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
I'm not sure I understand, Kenneth, what it is that you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Why would you make extra lease payments? A lease, you're always paying a month in advance. So there's no real need to be making extra lease payments. And if you've made all 36 payments in 24 months, it just means you get to drive the car for the next 12 months and not have to stroke any more checks. So I'm not 100% certain what it is that you're trying to do.
Yeah. I'm not sure I understand as well. Let's take a peek here.
Okay.
So we've got the trade and valuation report. Holy freaking... Did I type a number wrong?
I don't know. Jeez. So this should actually be retailing for somewhere between 45.1 and 52.1.
Black Book updates every single night. This is as up to date as it gets.
Yeah.
This guy could buy it for... Okay, we'll see.
Well,
okay.
yeah. They're not really selling it for $38,900.
Does everyone who's playing along at home see what they've done here?
Yeah, there's the Schottenkirk Care.
So let's start at one line above, though.
Okay.
This is probably the advertised selling price
Yes.
on their website.
Yes.
38,984.
Yes.
And here, actually, now I do want to run the market price report. So what we'll do is we will copy that VIN, run new report. So let's take a peek at this, because this is a great example
Of
how completely effed up the market is,
well,
and traditional dealer practices.
It's a great example of how dealers just. Do you remember the movie A Few Good Men with Jack Nicholson was in it and Tom Cruise? And Jack Nicholson says, "You want the truth? You can't handle the truth." Well, the truth is that most dealerships can't handle the truth. So Schottenkirk, or whatever the name of this place is, they can't handle sharing the truth with the public. So they're going to come up with a unbelievably low asking price for the vehicle, because their intention is to add, $3,500 back in order to get the price where they really wanted it to be.
Details. There you go. Details.
Yeah.
Price excludes title tag. Yeah, and $3,500 in additional.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so let's go back here. So we've got a selling price of $38,984. That was to get you in the door.
Yes, and then there's the
which Kimberly says is dent and dig. So even if it is dent and dig, dent and dig's gonna cost them $100.
No,
$200.
But what does Schottenkirk care? What exactly is
no.
that?
Of course. Some sort of marked up product. And then there's
the pre-owned recon,
which is a bogus fee.
Yeah, because they had to recon the car anyway, and it should just be in the asking price.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we ultimately get to a $42,474 selling price.
Yeah.
So let's go back now to the black book. So this vehicle had $33,158.
And then Kenneth got back to us, so we're going to scroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
We said what? $33,158, and we're in the state of Texas still.
That's with a T.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was struggling there for a second. Wow. So still, it's incredible, because from a trade-in perspective, this would be the expected trade-in value for the dealership. Okay.
So
$42,474
is
still reasonable in this market.
In this market, that's a reasonable number. But the way they got to the number is what's illegitimate.
Yeah, something that's upsetting.
Yes, they don't need those type of sales practices.
Let's look back at the actual market price report. I'm kind of curious what's in the area. 89 similar vehicles in the area. Yeah, so here you go. So this was John, I think, who emailed this. So this is what, obviously different mileage and whatnot. Yeah. But look at some of these that have the higher negotiability score.
Well, here's one with.
Use the email templates.
Yeah. There was one with similar miles.
Yep.
That the dealer is 43.4.
But they've been sitting on it longer.
Yeah. But my point is, at least that's
the price.
More. Now, I don't know. They might be playing the same game when you get to it.
No, theirs is a no hassle price.
Okay. So, and what are the details?
I'm teasing.
And what are the details? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but that's an example of how to use the market price report, identify similar vehicles, and then with all of these, get a pre-purchase inspection.
Yes.
No matter what, get a pre-purchase inspection.
And now we have to go back to
Kenneth. Okay.
Yes. Because he actually.
I want to buy the vehicle in full, but it is smart to get in a lease, so I don't have to put more. So I don't have to put down more money.
Okay, but here's the problem with your thinking, Kenneth. If you lease the car and then buy it at the end, ultimately it ends up costing more.
Yep. Do you want to explain that briefly, or?
Well, because you're going to need to finance it at the end of the lease, so you're gonna have payments again. You're better off just buying it up front than leasing it and then buying it. It very rarely works out that if you lease it and then buy it, you end up paying less.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's like. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say it's like renting and then buying, and that's kind of what it is. But yeah,
it's exactly what it is.
Okay, let's see here. We've got a question that came in via email. I don't want to endorse too many emails coming because I already have 1892.
Yeah, because he doesn't.
Zach and Ray.
He doesn't read them anyway.
This is one way to get back to people, though. Zach and Ray do same car brand dealers local to each other collude to keep prices from going too low? Thanks, Jeff and Georgia.
Well, Jeff and Georgia
they do the opposite.
They're not allowed to. I mean.
It's not that they collude. They it's a race to the bottom.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, it's a race to the bottom. But no, you can't even talk to the other dealers about having an understanding as to what the value of the vehicles would be, because that's price fixing, and that's illegal. So no, I can't imagine too many dealers would put themselves in that position. It's just not worth the risk.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's open up the phone lines to calls here in just a second. I do want to share, in case anyone's interested, it's been a year since my dad and I started working on Your Auto Advocate. I actually just went back to my blog. March 8th of last year was the first week I ever worked on Your Auto Advocate full time.
Yeah.
And so if you're ever interested in like the backstory of Your Auto Advocate and like all the work that's gone into where we are today, I've written extensively about it. Like even when our YouTube channel first started to get its first subscribers.
Yeah.
That's all documented here. So I guess the reason I share this, like remember when this happened? Do you remember when that happened? When we started getting views and subscribers.
It was pretty exciting.
We have, look at this. This is a message I sent my dad. Wow, we gained 42 new subscribers yesterday. Thumbs up. Geez, what is wrong with people? And then that day we had 242. We had our first customer ever. Anyway, I just share this. Oh, look at that. People are loving you in the latest video. Boys, I believe we have hit the threshold to become monetized on YouTube. Let the pennies roll in. You haven't changed, man.
Not much.
All right, let's open up the phone lines.
Yeah. You can never take yourself too seriously.
No, we're just having fun.
Yeah. Okay, waiting for the next caller.
Ooh, you sound good when I put the headphones on.
Yeah, because I'm muffled that way.
No, but it comes through like don't you hear it?
Hear what?
Do you hear it?
No.
Do you want to put my headphones on?
No.
Saved by the bell again.
Yes.
You're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hey, this is Jay calling out of Houston. I have a quick question. If I was trying to be aggressive with trying to make a purchase of a vehicle, and say for instance, if I look at the invoice and I wanted to, if I offered like $200 above invoice, can I also request the incentives off of that? Or
yes, absolutely. Yeah, whatever incentives, whatever customer incentives there are can be applied after you've established the selling price, which could be a couple hundred above invoice, it could be a couple hundred below invoice, depending on the vehicle. But yes, you negotiate the price and then you subtract out the incentives from that.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thanks so much.
Oh, our pleasure. Thank you for calling.
All right.
Have a good night now.
That was quick and easy.
Yeah.
And helpful.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
It's like, all right, we're here to help. Okay,
No. I mean, it's like, I could have told you that was like, I would have sold that as 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Many years ago when your mother was still alive.
Oh, goodness. You're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hey, what's going on, Zach? This is Sean Jones calling from South Carolina again.
Sean Jones
Sean,
from
how
South
are
Carolina.
you, my friend?
I'm doing well. Thank you. I don't know if you remember, I called last week regarding getting a Mustang GT.
We actually,
that may
Sean,
be out of state.
we were out to dinner just the other night. We were talking about you for a prolonged period of time. So, yes, we remember.
Oh, I'm flattered.
My dad's looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about?
Really? Yeah, we must have talked about you, I don't know, for maybe 2 or 3 seconds. Yeah, an extended period of time. I don't know what the hell Zach's talking about.
How can we help, Sean? Get us up to speed with where you are in the process.
So, I got a couple of questions. One is real quick, but then one we may have to discuss a little bit. So, the first question is, about when does the 2022s come out?
Well, that's a real good question. Normally, it would probably be in September. Okay, September, October. But things are so screwed up this year that who the hell knows with the chip shortage for the semiconductors? It just nobody really knows how. Well, we know how that's impacting production. It's cutting it back, and I don't know if every manufacturer thinks to themselves, well, we have to produce X amount of 2021s before we switch over to 2022s. So,
but to give you some perspective here, so for example, with Ford, they were super late to the party,
yes,
even just getting their 2021s out.
Exactly.
Like, they were 5 or 6 months behind, like a BMW, for example.
Yes.
So I would expect them to struggle this year as well.
Oh, okay. So that kind of leads into my second question, because I sent a couple of VINs in the chat. You might see me under DC 8787. I had sent it because I did the reporting on it, and there was a couple of cars that I was looking at. There were 2020 Mustang GT, and one was they wanted 53. Like they wanted the price like it just came off the assembly line yesterday or something.
I'm about to run the market price report so we can look at this together.
Okay, and the market price was saying, you know, pretty much pay you're probably not going to get no leeway with that dealership, so probably look for something else. I'm trying to be super aggressive with a 2021. So my question is it possible? Could I realistically get that price under $40,000?
No.
For one of those 2021?
I doubt it. And the reason I doubt it is because there's just such a shortage of cars and vehicles being produced. And dealerships are impacted by that because their allocations aren't as large as they've been in the past. So they're more and more dealerships are finding themselves in the position that they have to make every sale count. And so when that's the situation, it cuts back some of your negotiating power. So I doubt very seriously that you'd ever be able to get it down to that number, especially a car that had an MSRP of 53.4.
Okay, there was another VIN on there. The one I'm talking about, that's a 2020. That's for 53.
Okay, yeah, this was a 2021 that Zach pulled up.
And Sean, just one quick second. Mike Dean.
Thank you, Mike.
Is a community champion as well. A big thank you to the YAA team and all you credit union members out there. Mike, you are one of the 1,900 emails that I need to reply to. I know it. I fall asleep at night thinking about it, but seriously, thank you, Mike, for being a part of the community. And that donation is really, really thoughtful. So
yes,
it goes towards paying for the team members and everything behind the scenes. So thank you.
Do we want to see if we can find that other VIN for Sean?
Yeah. And while you're looking for that, if you don't mind, let me ask you one more question.
Okay.
The one of the dealerships that I have that I'm looking at has multiple dealerships in the DMV area, Maryland, DC, Virginia area. They have a lot of different dealerships throughout Baltimore, everything. So like several of the cars that I've kind of chosen are in that same under that same name, but the dealerships are out there. So would they compete with could I use them to compete with each other, or would they actually communicate with each other?
I will share a story with you that I think might help you. When we lived in Arizona, and I managed an Acura dealership, and it was part of the Penske organization, and we had 2 Audi stores that the Penske organization owned at that time. One in North Scottsdale and one in South Scottsdale. And they framed it as we have to work in cooperation with each other. And you're talking about car guys and salespeople and sales managers that get paid for selling cars, not for cooperating. So it didn't take long for if a customer came into the South Scottsdale store and got a price, that they took it up to the North Scottsdale store to see if they would beat it. And even though they weren't supposed to beat it, well, guess what? They would, because that was the only way they were going to get paid. They didn't get paid by helping the South Scottsdale store sell a car. So as much as it might be all part of the same dealer group, they're not combining the sales from all the stores to pay all these people. They're only getting paid out of their individual stores. So yes, play one against the other, and they'll do that.
And we've got Ken in the chat, and Ken just signed up to be a YAA member. So thank you, Ken. He says, "Can you have BMW dealerships compete against each other when you want to order a car?" So similar to this.
Yes.
Under the same ownership group, they'll compete. You're factory ordering, they'll compete. You got it. That's the best way is timing it at the end of the month, knowing that there's manufacturer incentives, having outside credit, or finance, if you're going to finance, and then getting two dealers to compete on price. Like that's the
same name.
Yeah.
So
Zach, I resent that other VIN back to you just in case. So
okay.
We can. And I'll pick it up.
And John, if you're a member, join the members live stream tomorrow.
I am a member.
Yeah, we'll go deep tomorrow.
Yep.
Because tomorrow, I mean, when we do the members only live streams, instead of 600 people,
it'll maybe be 60.
Yeah, and so it really is easier for us to be able to zero in and work a particular deal for a particular member.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I will be there tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for me.
Yes, sir.
For you, it would be at 5. For us, it'll be at 2.
All right.
Terrific.
And I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that stake because I'm coming to Vegas.
Okay.
I'm coming to Vegas. Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that stake, buddy.
I'm in. Let's go. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Wait, who's paying? Dad, are you paying?
You got a corporate account.
Hey, just Sean, while you're on the line, I think you'll be excited about this. The month of April is the first month that my dad's getting paid from the business. So kudos, thank you to all the donations and everything. My dad's been working for free on the business for a year. It's the first month that you're going to get paid. It also should be the first month that I get paid as well. So I'm really excited about that. And that is because everyone that signs up to become a member, yes, we actually are able to make some money from that. The YouTube ad revenue, we make some money from that. The donation, we're at a place finally. It's been a year.
Yes.
But that gets the
Ray Shefska stamp of you. Well, what'll really get the stamp of approval is when that money makes it into my account.
Check back in 30 days.
Riblets on Ray.
Yes. Sean, we will talk to you again tomorrow, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
I mean, we're being honest. It's the first month. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ken, no.
Stop it.
Ken, you are cut off.
Yeah.
Thank you, though. But you're cut off. That is really kind for the donation.
But we're running out of time.
About 20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, the battery might last another 20 minutes. We're at 374 likes. Damn it, we've got to get over 400. We just have to. Phone a friend, ask him to tune us in,
just like and then leave.
Okay.
Hey, so we have an update. We're going to open the phone lines back up in just a second.
Does that mean I can take my headphones off?
So John, who is working the Schottenkirk deal.
Yeah.
Schottenkirk Care is a protection. Okay, so here's what he said.
Yeah.
Danielle, thank you for the sales quote. I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
What is the line item for Schottenkirk Care? Also, is the $1,500 charge for pre-owned reconditioning negotiable?
Well, you would never phrase it like that. Okay, because if you phrase it like that, is it negotiable? The answer that you would get
422 likes.
Wow.
Oh, 403. Anyway,
the answer you would get from the salesperson instantly would be, no, that's not negotiable. What you have, the way you would phrase it is, you know what? I appreciate the fact that you have to recondition the cars, but I think that's something that's on you, not on me. I'll tell you what, just to show that I'm a good guy, I'll pay you $500.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how you would negotiate that portion of it. But don't ask if it's negotiable. The answer is always no.
We got to do more of you coaching us on how to talk because the role play we did earlier was so good.
Yeah.
Schottenkirk Care is a protection we have that covers paintless dent and ding repair, 4 wheels and tire repair, replacement, front windshield protection. Okay, I'm going to press pause just for 1 second.
Yeah.
I am currently, my dad's helping, Kimberly is helping a ton.
Yes.
We are pricing out and we are scoping out Justice, lastly, to Eat with Ray and Zach. Thank you, sir.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But that money's going straight back to developing the app and stuff, not to dinner. Dinner's chicken parm, we got it locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded.
We are currently pricing out Kimberly's on all these calls. We're trying to figure out how to get the best paintless dent repair, tire and wheel protection, etc. The stuff is not cheap, but it's also not that expensive.
Well, it's not $2,000 expensive.
No, and there's tons of shady players in that space, and we're doing the best we can to weed them out.
I understand Slim Shady works for one of the bundling companies. Who is Slim Shady?
Eminem. Kimberly. Kimberly is on all of those calls though, so
Yeah.
if you have questions, maybe or if you're interested in getting paintless dent, tire and wheel, stuff like that, get it from us.
Oh my God.
Okay, we'll come back to you, John. Disabled team, $5. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I have a 2009 Chevy Suburban with 138,000 miles and lots of problems.
Okay.
Oil leak, transmission stutters at times, and radiator light. Fix or sale?
Seems to me. If
You got to be quicker, man. Joe's here with greetings from San Diego. We got to react to that.
Okay, well, let me say the other. Find out how much it costs to fix, because it still might be cheaper to fix it than it is to sell it and try and replace it.
Yeah.
Although you could probably get way too much for it trying to sell it right now, but then again, you're going to have to pay way too much for anything that you're going to replace it with.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Joe Aguilar says, greetings from San Diego.
You know, San Diego, when we lived in Scottsdale, was our favorite place to go in the summer. We used to always spend a week to 2 weeks there.
And so if you're new to the channel, I'll share just really quickly. Give me 1 second.
And that was before they opened up the IKEA store in Tempe, Arizona. If you went to the IKEA store in San Diego in the summer, it was nothing but Arizona license plates.
Really?
Yeah.
So
And we used to go there every year.
I'm going to go to my articles. Yeah, hey, I wrote this March in review. If anyone wants to know, behind the scenes of the business, that was last month. Okay, this is what your San Diego comment reminded me
of.
Oh, where was it? It's like you said something. There you go.
What?
Okay, so this is my whole little thing about why I'm passionate about working in the car business. I am fortunate to be the son of a career-minded and loving father whose goal was to provide for his wife and children all the things that they didn't even know they wanted yet. But I also resented the job he dedicated himself to for the countless retail hours that stole him away from me while I was growing up. The reason I pull that up
Yes.
is because when you talk about San Diego,
Yes.
that was you got a week off. You slaved away at the dealership.
Yeah.
So that we could hopefully, knock on wood, every summer, but it wasn't always every summer because you didn't make enough money for it to be every summer. But some summers we would go to San Diego as a family. And I always resented you because you were always working so much, but you were doing it just because you wanted to provide for us. And then as I'm older now, the whole industry, the whole system, employed you to take advantage of other people while taking advantage of you and monopolizing your time. And it's just so broken. And so anyway, I don't mean to go on my soapbox, but San Diego reminded me of that.
Yes.
That's why I'm passionate about this.
Yes. And one of our favorite spots to dine was in La Jolla. It was a little place, a hole-in-the-wall place called Carino's.
Yeah.
And they had the best pizza. I mean,
John's in the house.
Hey, John. I can't wait to get a ride in this all road. So every year we would go there with another family, and Jerry and I would sneak out at least 3 times every week to go to Carino's for pizza and beer.
Fantastic.
The best pizza.
Okay, so anyway.
But if you saw the place, you wouldn't walk into it unless somebody told you it was okay.
The reconditioning, look at the spelling. The capitalized, reconditioning capitalized, is where we send it into our shop and fix all mechanical and capitalized electrical, because that's a proper noun, that are present or maybe are going to be present. We take an average cost of all the used vehicles on our lot, so one person isn't paying $3,000 and another person is paying $500. We roll back our internet price to below market value, then add these back in, so we're back at market value.
Yeah,
What the
F?
bleep me. What
Yeah.
the fudge? What the
fudge? Why don't you just, put the market price?
Stupid.
Be honest, be upfront, and to say, well, we just average it, it's nonsense. You know what it costs for each car, and price your cars accordingly based on what you spend on each car, not what an average would be.
I've got John's email here. Danielle, thanks for explaining that breakdown for me. I think I would decline the Schottenkirk care if that is an option, as I have other arrangements for that type of coverage. The only other thing is the reconditioning fee, which seems a bit high. This would be the only thing holding up the deal for me if we could negotiate that at all. Control, John.
Yeah.
Control them.
Take control, even in emails.
God, that's craziness.
Yeah.
Another phone call?
We
got enough time.
Yeah. If that's what you say,
Yeah.
I'm here for you. But do you think we could get the 500 likes? What do you think? We're at 452. Do you think we could get the 500 likes?
We got another 15 minutes or so.
Well, probably about 12 minutes based on maybe 14
No,
minutes
let's
based
go
on
to
your
the thing.
battery.
Yeah, let's go to the thing. Just how if anyone knows how to live stream like without the battery running dry, because I actually would love to like go out of the area here and like be able to live stream. If anyone has any suggestions there. Call-in number is open, so if you have a question, please place it there. Otherwise, we'll answer questions that come through the live chat and talk about a few things that are upcoming on the product road. Okay, here we go. You're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help? And the call dropped.
I hate when that happens.
I do too. But Andy Janeo.
Thank you, Andy.
Gent, you guys remind me of me and my son. Thanks for keeping it real. Hi from PA.
Where in PA, Andy?
Well, you're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Greetings, gentlemen. This is Tim, and I'm calling from the NCR area, so your stomping grounds.
NCR?
Yeah, the Northern Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that resonates. Yes, Tim, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a long-time viewer, first-time caller. Appreciate taking my call.
Absolutely.
So I'm calling just because I wanted to share a tidbit of information with you guys and see what your thoughts were on this. I have a 2019 Toyota Tacoma. It's a off-road 4x4, just some basic options, all-weather mats and a tonneau cover, hard shell. Bought it here local in 2019, September of 2019. Got a phenomenal deal on it. The out the door price was under $35.
Wow.
That's worth more today probably than it was then.
Well, it's funny you say that. So the reason why I'm calling is because I'm looking to sell it because of the crazy market. I was just looking to see what I could get for it, and so I got 3 offers from different places. One was CarMax, which offered $35,000. I got Carvana, who offered $35,087.
There you go.
And then Vroom, who came in at $37,967.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Yeah, sounds like Vroom could be a winner.
Absolutely. And by the way, the truck only has 10,800 miles on it.
Oh
This
my
is
goodness.
insane.
Yeah.
Did you run the black book by chance? I'm just curious what that came back at.
I did not actually do that, but I'd be curious to see what that came back as too, because I don't understand how I bought a truck.
Do you have your VIN?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, hang on one second. Let me pull that up here for you.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Black Book has it at. I mean, but Vroom at nearly $40,000. That's insane.
Right.
It
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
You got to think some of these like Vrooms and Hazelton's where Andy's from. You've got to think that like some of the Vrooms, Carvanas, Shifts of the world, they're going to be screwed. Like when this tanks, because it'll correct. They're going to have so much expensive inventory on their hands. It's going to be insane.
Yeah, but if they're the only ones that have inventory, it won't really matter.
Yeah, because then they can charge whatever price they want. All right, we're ready when you are.
All right, so it's 3 Tango Mike Charlie Zulu 5 Alpha November 3 Kilo Mike 270141.
And you said about 10,800.
That's exactly what it's got. Yeah.
And you're in Northern Virginia.
You got it.
All right, we're running the report on our end. I saw someone in the chat said, "What's the? How do I get the black book?" It's just back in the app. Value my trade in. Yeah, wow, man, go jump on that Vroom price. Holy cow!
Oh my God, the Vroom price is
above the best retail price from Black Book's data.
Well, no, Vroom is offering them $37,900, right?
Yeah, so it's right there.
Yeah, so it's at great condition retail price is what they're offering you for the car.
That's insane.
That is insane, and it is in great shape. But I was just blown away. I'm like, I've owned the vehicle for a year and a half, put almost 11,000 miles on it. It didn't cost me a dime, and I'm making money on it.
Well, take advantage of that, because the likelihood of that ever happening again in your lifetime is probably pretty remote.
It's also equally as likely. I know Ken is saying if we get to 500 likes, my dad will take his shirt off. So I think they're equally as unlikely to ever happen.
I want people to come back and view us again. If I take the shirt off, that's it. That crashes the whole YouTube system.
Not just our channel. YouTube goes down.
YouTube goes down if I take my shirt off. Jeez. Yeah. We don't want to do that. There's people that depend on YouTube to make a living. We're not one of them, but there's people that do. And for me to take down the whole system because, well, you'd see the size of my man boobs. You don't know that. Jeez.
All right, back to you, Tim. Bring us back to something topical.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Absolutely. I just thought I'd share that with everybody. I thought that was...
Well, it's a pretty phenomenal situation. And like I say, you'll probably never be in that situation again. So, yeah, if it were me, I would take the money.
We've actually got Justice in here saying we in Sacramento, California would pay that for the same truck. I'd be able to sell that in this market for $48,000.
Oh,
so Justice
my God.
must work at a dealership. Justice, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely
Wow.
incredible.
It's
Let me get
crazy.
in touch.
Well, thanks for calling in, Tim, and all the best to you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yep.
Bye.
Have a great night.
Keep the phone lines open. We saw some calls coming in before, so we'll leave it there. 485. We are 15 likes away from taking down YouTube.
Oh my God.
My
turn my back to the camera.
My dad's birthday's in May. Maybe we'll do a birthday stream. Everyone can hang out with my dad on his birthday, and
Great, yeah.
you can do exactly what you
Because
want.
everybody wants to hang out with me on their birthday.
We got lots of calls
On my
coming in,
birthday.
Pop, so we're gonna have to keep the lines open till the
Yeah.
battery dies. You're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
What's up, guys? I had a quick question. I'm trying to do custom-built Jaguar F-Space, and I'm getting a hard time from dealer to give me a discount there. Everybody's talking about the MSRP price, and I went to Chase website and says that you can get up to 10% off if you finance through Chase or do lease with Chase. And the dealer's like, how did you find out? And I'm like, I did my research and just want to find out if you have anyone in a group that does the Jaguar in New York. By the way, I spoke to Frank that was on live chat last week from New York, the Jeep dealership, Long Island.
Yeah, Frank.
I reached out to him, and I told him if I have any customer, I'm going to call you first.
Wow, that's awesome.
Very cool. Thank you for that. I don't know any Jaguar dealers in New York. I know of a dear friend of mine who I used to work for has one in Hunt Valley, Maryland, outside of Baltimore. So that would be a Jaguar of Hunt Valley.
Yeah.
Maybe they could help you. But yeah, if there's some factory incentives, they should be giving you the money.
Yeah, because I call a couple of dealers and I'm like, listen, I don't care about the holdback and floor plan. I'll just take the 10% off.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I would. You might want to look at some dealers in New Jersey too.
No, they are crooks right now. New Jersey is crooks.
Well, I thought New York was crooks. So.
They are too, but
Yeah,
I had
okay.
one or two.
Maybe
because
South
I had to pay
Jersey.
more docket fee than in Jersey.
Yeah, but maybe South Jersey.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, well, thanks for calling in.
I appreciate that.
And for being
Thanks.
part of the
Take
community.
Care. Bye.
Okay. I got to do something.
No. Wait, do you have an idea? Because I have an idea.
I got to do something.
You have an idea? Because I have an idea.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, but. Wow, that was really wow. That was incredible. There you go.
Yeah.
I think we may have had some technical issues when that happened. So let us know in the chat. Did it come through? Did it come through, guys? I'm not sure. Did it come through?
Don't do it. Yeah.
I think it came through. But
what
did it
came
come
through?
through?
Yeah.
I think we had some tech issues.
Good. Oh my God. Melissa's going to be making it rain because I took my shirt off.
No, Dad, I did this with you.
What? What is that?
I made the screen go away when you did it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I'm not getting us banned from YouTube.
Oh, would we get banned because I showed my back?
Dad, that's why we have the OnlyFans, the company OnlyFans.
Oh, stop it.
All right. Phone lines are back open.
Okay.
Man, we have way too much fun. Yeah, Brian says we're blocked on YouTube now. The C screen went black. We got scammed. Demonetized from camera.
I don't have any tattoos.
Did Ray's bright skin cause the lens to freak out?
Well, yeah, you know.
You guys are fun. Phone lines are open. If we've got one more call, the battery is probably going to last for another 5-ish minutes. If we don't get a call, we'll answer questions in the stream chat. Also, I've got tons of emails that we could go through as well. Here, actually, let's do an email real quick while we're waiting for a phone call to come through.
Okay.
Would an order...
There you go.
You're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hi, my name is Dan. I'm calling from Chicago.
Hi, Dan from Chicago. How are things in Chi-Town?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Weather's coming really nice, and appreciate you guys doing this live stream and watching your video. So thank you.
Well, thank you for participating.
You bet. Well, Zach and Pops, I do have a question for both of you guys.
Okay.
In the market for a vehicle, and one of your thoughts about, obviously, having a family and everything else. Is it worth to look at leasing a vehicle, but with the intention of buying it towards the end of the lease?
Was that too quick? No, and the reason why is ultimately if you lease it and then buy it at the end for the residual, chances are you're going to end up financing it because most people don't have the cash to pay for it. And ultimately, you will end up paying more money for the vehicle than if you were to have just purchased it up front. I hope I didn't ruin your night.
No. That's very insightful because I've, been, kind of browsing and looking and see if it makes sense to just to lower your costs initially for the vehicle.
What leasing does for you is it allows you to have a lower payment initially, but it's not the way to ultimately end up buying the car, because ultimately it works out to you end up spending considerably more than if you would have just paid a higher payment and purchased it from Jump Street.
Okay. No, thank you. That's very insightful. I appreciate it, guys.
You're very welcome. And I need to ask you a question.
Yeah, sure.
Lou Malnati's or Gino's when it comes to pizza?
That's a good one. I'll probably go Illuminati's.
Okay. I'm with you.
Are you from Chicago?
I am not, but I know good food when I eat it.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, well, thanks for calling in. Thanks for being a part of the community, and spread the word if you know anyone who's looking to buy a car.
Battery's about to run out, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so let's wrap on this, Pops. Battery is about to run out. Incredibly fun stream. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you, everyone. That was great fun tonight.
If you want to support your auto advocate, if you're in the process of buying a car anytime soon, please consider becoming a member. Obviously, we appreciate the donations. The memberships are where we're really trying to build the business.
Yes.
So we have the different memberships, and we also have under services. We do the deal analysis and also the VSCs, the extended warranties. So that's my pitch on that, and hopefully you can see by people coming back to the streams and donating, they find a lot of value in it. So it's really helpful.
Yes, and I say this every week, we're nothing without all of you who help participate and are part of the community, and the hope is that we can make it the biggest damn community of educated car shoppers in America. That's
yeah.
Adios, muchachos.
All right, guys, thanks.
Good night, everybody. Thanks again.
You want to hit it?
No, you can hit it.
You always let me hit it.
I know, because you got better.
514 likes.
Yeah, look at that. We did it. I even took my shirt off.